So, studying. Who likes to study? Exactly, nobody. But it turns out that studying can be fun, especially when it comes to things that we are passionate about. In fact, each one of us has a favorite field of expertise. For me, it is geography, but we all have different interests. And we all are different, but what we do share is the same struggle, a struggle of studying things that we don't like, that we don't care about, and that we find often just useless. So how can you make studying maybe not more amusing, but at least more bearable and look less like this? First of all, what I propose is to find your own learning style. Once, a guy from New Zealand named Fleming found the model in which he proposed 4 different learning styles, what will be our benchmark today. These are visual learning, auditory learning, read-write learning, and kinesthetic learning. About 65% of population are visual learners. They learn by looking at graphs and charts. They recall information better when they are shown visually. The notes may look like this. They contain plenty of colors, drawings, and symbols. Auditory learners learn through listening. They may have problems with drawn instructions. They prefer to talk and listen about things they want to learn. Next ones, kinesthetic learners, often called to do as need to move. They wiggle, tap, swing their legs, bounce, and often just can't seem to sit still. Well, if you are a kinesthetic learner, then I have bad news for you. The school is not a great place for you because it is just too boring. And finally, not surprisingly, many teachers and students have a strong preference for reading, writing, learning. Their notes contain plenty of words, all info written down. Actually, if they are about to give a speech or something like this, they will probably write down the whole text, then try to remember every single phrase, every single word in the exact order. Well, I'm not original at all. I'm a visual learner, what makes me a part of a great majority. But even if you are in the same learning group as me, you can have different way of studying. You should have one. You should have one that suits you and your style best. But today I would like to share with you my way of studying mind mapping. Mind mapping is a highly effective way of getting information into my brain. It is well balanced because it is both logical and creative way of note-taking and note-making that literally maps out all your ideas. It is meant to increase effectiveness of your work and remembering, as well as activate your intuition. It is also a great exercise for your brain since it uses work of both of its halves. You could actually compare a mind map to a map of the city. City center represents your main idea. Main roads represent your key thoughts in your thinking process. Secondary roads represent your secondary thoughts, and so on. Mind mapping is highly effective when it comes to learning subjects that contain plenty of definitions and long, hard-to-remember words. I use it quite often, especially when I'm learning biology. Sorry. It is really effective when it comes to learning subjects with plenty of definitions and long, hard-to-remember words. That can be somehow connected. Connection is actually a keyword while considering the subject of mind mapping, because the most important thing in making a great, useful mind map is to create a network of connections that will be easily absorbable for your memory. It relies fully on your creativity, and the best mind maps are being made while the authors let their minds go wild. So how to make a good mind map? First of all, you need to grab a piece of paper, pen, pencil, and crayons. Make sure that you have at least 4 or 5 different colors, because these colors may work as the code for your memory later. I can't use a paper right now, of course, so my mind map will just pop up on a slide. As my main theme, I will choose global warming, so this talk won't only be useful, but also informative. So write your main theme, that will be your benchmark, in the middle of the page. Now, when you have the center of your city, you have to create main roads and secondary roads, your branches. These branches should radiate out, be colorful, and connected. Words on your benches ought to be your keywords. The essence of your idea. The process of elaboration and organization plays the big role in remembering and understanding. Finally, add some drawings. They need to represent your keywords. The great thing about mind mapping is that you can put your ideas down in any order as soon as they pop into your head. You are not constrained by thinking in order. Simply just throw out any and all of your ideas, then worry about reorganizing them later. I think that mind mapping is a highly effective way of organizing stuff. It really makes my everyday studying easier. Yeah, and there it is, mind mapping, an idea worth spreading. Thank you very much.